Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Chapter 12, Algebraic Factors. And today we will start exercise 12i. The main idea of this exercise is to find and take out the common factor GCF and to factorize the expression left inside the parenthesis if possible. Let me explain you with the help of the example. What does it mean? If you remember, this type of questions we did in exercise 12a. Like, how can we pull out the GCF to make the factors of any algebraic expression? So here, for example, this is example number 1. I have been given this expression. So what is the GCF of 4x squared minus 12x? As you can see, x is the common factor. So the GCF, if I look at the variables, it's x. And when I look at the numbers 4 and 12, what is the greatest number that can divide 4 and 12? 1 can divide, 2 can divide, 4 can divide. But the greatest common number that can divide both of them is 4. So you can say that the GCF for this expression is 4x. Now to factorize, what will you do? You will divide each one of these terms by 4x. So you will divide this one by 4x, you will divide this one by 4x. And finally, how will you write the answer? You will write 4x, the GCF, outside the bracket. This is our first factor. And then we will think what will be the other factor. So as you can see from here, 4 will cancel 4, x squared divided by x. I told you, whenever it's a case of division, we subtract the powers, we subtract the exponent. So here the exponent is 1, so 2 minus 1 will give you 2. That means only x to the power 1 will be left, and that is x. Clear? So 4 will cancel 4, x squared divided by x is x. So for all this we will get x minus, the same sign will be placed here. Now 12x divided by x. So x will cancel x, right? X, this x and this x will cancel each other. 12 divided by 4 means 4 times 1 is 4 and 4 times 3 is 12. And 3 over 1 is how much? 3. And if you want to check your answer by multiplying these two, you can check that you will get this same expression. Clear? So this is like first type of factorization. Like, we will find what is the GCF, we will pull out the GCF, and then we will factorize by dividing this expression, each term of this expression, by GCF. The second type of questions. For example, here in this example, you can see the GCF is 2. Right here, 2 the greater, because x is not the common factor in all the 3 terms, only 2 is the common factor, that is the greatest one. So when we take out 2, when we pull out 2 from this expression, what is left? So divide this one by 2, 2 will cancel 2. Divide this one by 2, 8 divided by 2 will become 4 and x will remain x. And here 6 divided by 2 will give us 3. Now when I look at the expression that is left in the parenthesis, it can be factorized more. It can be factorized with the AC method, because as you can see here, it's all the same. You can say its standard form is showing that it is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c, right? So we will try to factorize it. How? We will put 1 over here by using AC method. We will multiply 1 with the 3, so it will give us 3, positive 3, and then I will think which numbers can make, which pair of numbers can make this 3 if I multiply them. So 1 times 3 is 3, right? If I add it, it is giving me 4. It means that I need this pair. So I will write x plus 1 and x plus 3, because this middle sign will go with this 3 and both of them will be the same answer, same signs. So this will be the final answer. It means like it's factorization using AC method if you have this standard form, but before that, using AC method, you have to pull out the GCF. So both these types of questions are in the exercise. I hope it's clear for you. So let's solve question number 13 now. What is the GCF here? Let's first of all find what is the GCF. Okay, the GCF is, as you can see, 7, 14 and 7. So what is the greatest number that can divide all these 3 numbers? It's 7, right? What about the x squared, x, and this term, it does not have x, so it means the variable, it cannot be taken as a common factor. So 7 is the GCF. Divide this one by 7, divide this one by 7, and divide this one by 7. So divide 3 of them by 7. So now pull out this GCF and see what is left inside. So 7 will cancel 7 here, or you can say 7 divided by 7 is 1, 14 divided by 7 is 2, and here I'll write them with a different color. Okay, 7 divided by 7 will be 1. So what we are left with? We are left with 1x squared plus 2x plus 1. Now this is a you can say this is a quadratic expression, and it can be factorized more. So what will you do? You will multiply this 1 with the 1, it's positive 1, write it in the rough work and see what are the factors that can, when they multiply, they will give you. So 1 times 1 is 1. If you add it, it will give you 2, right? The middle term. Now let's make the factors here. So how do we make the factors? In all my previous videos, I told you many times, you will write x in one of the bracket, x in the other bracket. Now this is the pair that you have to put over here, 1 here, 1 here. Now which signs will go between x and 1, and here x and 1? So because the middle sign is the positive 1, it goes with the larger number. Right now both the numbers are of same, both the numbers are same, but this one says put the same signs, right? So what are you going to do? You will put the plus sign here, you will put the plus sign here. Then in my last video, I told you whenever you have the same factors, look at it, this is factor 1, that is x plus 1, and this other factor is also x plus 1. So how can we write it? We can write it as x plus 1 whole squared. So this is your final answer. But let's say if someone will write like this, that will also be correct. Let's solve one more question. Okay, here as you can see, what is the GCF? Let's think, what is the number that can divide? Okay, 4 can be divided by 4. Now I have to think, can 24 be divided by 4? Yes. Can 36 be divided by 4? Yes. So what is the GCF? The GCF will be 4. Now what you have to do with the GCF, you will divide each term by 4 and you will pull out the GCF, right, like this. Okay, so let's divide it. It's 4 will cancel 4, right? 4 divided by 4 will be 1. So let's write over here 1x squared. Then we have, okay, 24 divided by 4 will be, it will be 6. So we will get 6x here plus 4 divided 36 divided by 9, 4 will be 9. So we will get 9 over here. Now what will you do? You will multiply this 1 with the positive 9. So it will give us positive 9. Right? Now let's break it. So 1 times 9 is 9. We cannot, like if I add it, it will give me 10. I don't need it. So the other thing is 3 times 3. If I add it, it gives me 6. So this shows that I need this pair. So how I will write it here? You are going to write 4 and then x in the first bracket and x in the second bracket. And then you have to write this 3 and 3, 3 here, 3 here. Now put the symbols with it. So which symbol will go with this one? The middle sign has to go with the larger number. Both the numbers are equal. Both the signs will be same because the positive sign here, it shows that so both of them are going to be negative. Same idea, right? Like question number 13. So what can you do now? You will write 4 and then you will say x minus 3 whole squared. So this will be the final answer. Clear? Now I want you to pause the video here and solve this question number 19 and these challenge questions on your own, and then play the video to check your answers. So here is the answer of question number 19. As you can see here, I pulled out 2 because 2 was the GCF and this was the expression left in the bracket, and then I noticed that it's a quadratic expression. It can be solved with the AC method. So I solved like using the AC method. So this is the final answer. Now this one, the challenge questions, I have solved them on the next slide. You can pause the video here and check all your answers. All of them, they have the same idea. Only question number A part has a little bit different idea, because when you pull out the GCF, it's 2 and the things that is left inside the bracket, it's 16 minus x squared. So it's 4 squared minus x squared. I use the formula here. Do you remember in the last exercise I told you that there is a formula that can be used, a squared minus b squared, whenever you have the difference of the squares. So once you have to add and once you have to subtract the bases, right? So this is only, this part is a little bit different because these were challenge questions, so I put one of the question different. The rest of the questions are exactly, they have the same idea. So better pause the video here, focus on each part and see how I have explained it. That's all for this exercise. Hope you understand it.